Welcome to H2K Infosys. H2K Infosys is a e-verify business based in Atlanta, Georgia, United States. We provide 100% job-oriented, instructor-led, face-to-face, true live online software training programs. It also includes access to cloud test lab with software tools. We provide live project for you to work on. We also provide assistance with mock interviews, resume preparation and review, and job placement assistance. H2K Infosys is trusted by so many students across the world. H2K Infosys provides world-class services in IT training with real-time project work for corporates and individuals, special IT training for MS students in the United States, software design, development, QA manual and automation, performance testing and maintenance, IT staff augmentation, job placement assistance, and tech support.
Okay, so it uses locators. Here locators means it may use ID, it may use name, it may use what we call export, okay, and it may use CSS. I'm missing something here. Link. Sometimes we need to mention link name also. Okay, so it uses some concept. Okay, it uses these properties. These we generally call it as the properties. So either of anyone, it may use any one of this to recognize these objects. Okay, basically these are the different objects that are available in any web-based application. Okay, each object it has own properties. Okay, these are the objects which are built on properties. Okay, so text box contains some property like name, ID. Okay, button contains some name, some property like ID, like this. Okay, each object has some properties. Okay, basically we are using these properties to recognize the objects. Okay, so we have different types of objects here, and each object contains some properties like name, ID, and we have something called HTML tag. Okay, let me instead of this, it is something like class. What is this type of class? Text box is something called input. Okay, class of text box is input. Button is also input. Images img class. Okay, page even myself I did not remember. Link, it's a class. Okay, the HTML tag for link is a. Okay, so it has some class and it has some property. So based on these things, we can recognize the objects. Okay, so how locators means in Selenium, as I said, we use locators. Okay, it uses these things. It uses these things to recognize the object. Okay, most probably we have these different types. Okay, so by using these things, we can recognize this username, password, the sign in button or inbox page, whatever we want. Okay, can you hear me? Is it clear, or what about others? Is it clear? Kunal, can you check your side? Because I'm speaking very loud here. Kunal and the person, I think Fatima, can you please check it your side? Yep. Any questions till this point? So what I'm saying here, in a web-based application, these are the different types of objects that we can come across. Okay, so each object contains an HTML tag, which is nothing but class. Okay, and it contains some properties. So locators will work on these properties and HTML tag. Based on these things, locators will work. So by using locators, Selenium can recognize the objects. Okay. Any questions till this point? Any questions here? Any confusion? Yeah. Now let me show how these locators, this ID. I was mentioning these different objects and these properties and HTML tag, right? So I will explain. I will show how these can be captured. Say you are using Firefox. Okay. Say for example, if you are using Firefox and if you want to find the locators, there is something called Firebug. Okay, I will assist you to install this Firebug. Okay, Firebug is an add-on. Firebug is an add-on which will help us to identify the locators in Firefox. Okay, suppose if you want to work on Firefox, you have to install Firebug. Okay, by using Firebug, you can find out the locators. Firebug is nothing but it is an add-on for Firefox. Okay, suppose if you want to use Internet Explorer, okay, there is something called IE Developer. I don't think so you need to install. This is available from latest version. Okay, so by using this IE Developer, we can recognize the objects. And suppose if you want to work on Google Chrome, okay, say if you want to recognize the objects in Google Chrome, what you can do here, you can install Chrome Developer. So that it will help us to identify the objects, okay, in Google Chrome. Similarly, we have some two more, but generally, we use these things. Okay. So let me show. Let me open this Firefox here. I'm opening Gmail. Maybe if I can show these objects, the objects that we were talking about, if I can show these properties and these locators that we were talking, maybe you will understand clearly. Yep. See here, this is the sign-in page, right? So we are talking about this text box, and this sign-in button. Okay. So here, see here, I'm right-click. See here, I'm just right-clicked on this object, and can you see something called Inspect Element with Firebug? Okay, Firebug, as I said, it is an add-on for this Firefox. So I'm clicking on this. Can you observe here? So I'm putting my cursor here. This object is getting highlighted. Just observe here. Okay. So it has some properties. This is an object which contains some properties. The properties are like ID is email, type is email, value is nothing, name is email, some properties. Can you observe this? And I was talking about HTML tag, right? So if you can see, this input is nothing but it is HTML tag. Okay. This div is also called as tag. Label is the HTML tag. Okay. Similarly, suppose if you want to recognize this sign in, so right click here, inspect element with firework. You can observe here. Again, this is a button. Okay, I'm just putting my cursor on this line. That particular sign in is getting highlighted. Okay, ID signing, class is G-button, space G-button, -submit. Can you see this? The class of this particular object is this, and type is submit, value is sign in, name is sign in. Okay, so these are the properties of this particular sign in. So generally, most of the times we will prefer ID, or name. To recognize the objects, we don't need to use all these properties. Okay, in our Selenium, as a part of locator, most probably we use this ID or name. Okay, by using these properties, we will try to recognize the sign-in object. Okay, so in that case, if we are using these objects in Selenium, we call it as a locator. Okay, so we may use ID. Most of the times we prefer to use ID, name. Some of the times we may use class also. Okay. Apart from this, we have export, we have CSS, okay, link name. So by using these things, we'll try to recognize the object. Okay. Is it clear? I was talking about the properties, right? I'm talking about the object and the properties, right? These are the properties of these objects. Okay. And we may use one of the property to try to recognize the objects from Selenium. Bindu, there is no difference, just a word. Okay, there is no difference called add-on and add-in. It's both are same. Yeah. What about others? Is it clear? Is it clear on this part? Any questions here? So now if you can see here we are talking about this text box and button. So this is the checkbox. So let me right click on this checkbox. Yeah, you can observe here. Again for checkbox also input, whose ID is some persistent cookie, type is checkbox. Can you see here? Checked, value, name. So we can use, most probably we use ID or name in Selenium to recognize the object. Okay. Similarly, if you want to recognize this, see here, whose objects is image. It is showing as img. Okay, its class is image. Okay, HTML tag is image, and you can see here class src. Okay, and this experience, the ease and simplicity of Gmail, we have this, right? We generally call it as a label. Now let me right click. See here, it is showing as h4 class and this text. Okay, so this is how our entire application will be recognized. Just observe here. I'm keeping my cursor here. I'm keeping my cursor on this division, so it is highlighting this particular part. Okay, when I keep my cursor here, it is highlighting that particular part. If I keep my cursor here, it is highlighting this much. Okay. Similarly, if I go here, it is highlighting that much part. Similarly, if I go to the top, just observe here. So I'm selecting this, it is just highlighting the entire page. Can you see here? See here. Now the page has been divided. So this above this gray colored background, can you see this? So if I select this one, if I keep my mouse here, it is highlighting that particular part. Okay. If I keep my cursor here, it is highlighting the below part. Okay. It means this entire page entire page have been divided. Okay, that divided nothing but here we can see here it as a division. Okay, so this is a complete division. Under the division we have some two more divisions. Okay, we don't need to know about much, but basically we need to know how to recognize how we can find the properties of the objects. Okay. If you see here, right click, inspect element with Firebug. So for that, input is ID, type, name. Okay. Is it clear, Mohini? Yep. Now, as I was mentioning, as it is a Firefox, okay, as it is a Firefox, we were using Firebug. Not only Firebug, there are some other add-ins available for Firefox, but we prefer Firebug. Okay. So similarly, let me open Internet Explorer. Let me open google.com. Yeah. See here. Now let me try to where is this? I just know somewhere. Yeah, can you see here? There was I go here and SQL Developer Tools. Okay, and see here I'm using this cursor, this particular thing, and see here I'm clicking on this. I'm selecting this particular thing. So now you can see this input name IQ. Let me do one thing. Let me go here. Let me sign out here. Yeah, see here what I'm doing here. Go to this tools. Okay. In latest version of Internet Explorer, you can find something called SQL Developer Tools. Okay, everyone can see this. In latest version of Internet Explorer, you can find this SQL Developer Tools. Open that. Okay, you will get this particular screen. In this screen, there is some cursor button. Click on the cursor button and click on the object that we wanted to find. Say I'm selecting username. You can see here. Again, input, name, ID, spell check. Okay, the related properties here. Okay, similarly, go here and select this. It is showing the properties of password. Similarly, sign on. Can you see this? So what I'm saying here, if you want to use Internet Explorer while developing your script, okay, here also you can find the properties. That is what I mean. Okay. So in Firefox, you have something called Firebug. Okay. If you are using Internet Explorer, you have something called IE developers. Okay, is it clear? Yeah, in previous versions, yeah, I don't know. I think so. You can download some add-ons. Okay. It's not. We don't call it as a Selenium Sirisha. Okay. This we don't call it as a Firefox. Okay. This we call it as a Firebug. This is a add-on which is for just to recognize the objects and its properties. Okay, we had to discuss so many things in Selenium. Okay, this is not a Selenium. This is a Firebug, which is an add-on which helps us to find out the properties. Yeah, Amrita, as I said, I have to install. As I said, we have to install this add-on. Okay, you don't find that. You need to install that. And when this is there, you can download that. This add-on in Google. You can download that. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions here? So as I said, if it is Internet Explorer, this is the process that we can follow here. Okay. And similarly, if it is a Google Chrome, and see here, here, let me open Google.
So many of our students have given testimonials on how our training programs are. You will find them on kudzu.com and on our website h2kinfosys.com. On our website h2kinfosys.com, you will also find more detailed information on who we are, the courses that we offer, what each course covers. Also, if you're interested in a demo program, please register on our homepage on the left-hand side. Just give us more information about yourself and we will send you a link for a demo class. The demo class is absolutely free. Experience our commitment by just attending an orientation workshop at no cost. Our team of faculty and advisors are here to guide you with the right information. If you still have more questions, please feel free to call us. Call us at 770-777-1269. This is a United States number. If you're calling from the UK, call us at 020-337-17615. You can also email us at training@h2kinfosys.com or h2kinfosys@gmail.com. Thank you for watching our videos. We wish you a great career in information technology.